It's Friday. It's late, but you know what? It's Touhou. Hey, 2.0, let's go. Okay, first Michael of the day. It's gonna be good. You know she's about to be nice to me. Actually, I'm about to play so well, I don't need her to be nice to me. I almost walked into that bullet. Okay, warm up. Yep, What did I just say? Oop. I love only making the right decisions. Not gonna hit 2.0 with that line. Yeah, a measly 1.98. Thank goodness she doesn't have a hitbox while retreating. Do another level in Lost Branch modding. But everything you've done up till now isn't good enough. You need to keep surpassing. You know what? I'm gonna make a 4th act. You know what? They're not gonna release Alice. I'm gonna make Alice myself. They're not gonna release the Yorihime boss fight. I'm gonna make a Toyohime boss fight. I'm gonna make custom gun bullet animations and have custom sound effects. If you make a custom animation, the sound effect is just like really heavy moaning. Or you could just make a sound effect for an attack, and it's just ada. Good, any audio file work. Actually, the best thing to do would be the the metal pipe sound effect. Ooh, what a god-awful line. I had a nice line in the middle. Boss fight. If you take dog, you go back to the start of Act 1. Game which with a 55 streak, I appreciate it. Dude, just 12 more and you'll get to a really funny number, if you know what I'm saying. Drop dead? What do you mean? Isn't 6-7 funny? You just don't know how to have fun. See, so actually, that's what you've been doing. Now that you're out of college, oops. Now you're out of college, you're done learning there. You're coming here to learn how to have fun, how to let loose. Your obstinance is holding you back, but eventually you'll break through and be able to enjoy. Be able to have fun. So anyway, what are you doing with the custom branch animations anyway? Like, is there anything, like, in mind you have, or just the fact that you, like, figured out how to do it? Zoots, that's too long of a sentence. I can't read it right now. I gotta wait till I get to Mickey to read it. Like, that's the thing. If like in the middle of stages and stuff, if someone sends like someone like posts something that's just a single sentence, I can read it. But when it's like a paragraph, I gotta wait till I have like breathing room. Making shit in Lua STG. I don't know what that is. Sanyo not wanted. Oh, uncocky. They should have so much math. You can do it without looking. I could get there eventually, but I'd rather not spend my time learning to do this stage blindfolded. Plus, you couldn't do it blindfolded because of the mid-boss. I think everything else about the stage you could do blindfolded, but the mid-boss has some variations, so you'd have to get lucky. Well, actually, the green guy's before the mid-boss, too. Though there's probably a pseudo-consistent way to get through that as well. Me on my way to grind the LNN blind. I guess say blindfolded, because otherwise people will just be like, oh, like, without seeing anything? Like, without knowing the game? No, blind. Yeah, actually be blind. That was on me. That was another good line, too. But, like, I'm pooping the bed right now. It's 7 o'clock at night. You already know what it is. So what are people's here opinions on YouTube Shorts? I'll start by saying I despise shorts. Like, first of all, I'm a pants enjoyer. Second of all, that short-form content, ooh, it's not my thing. I know people who will, like, spend an hour just, like, scrolling shorts. .01 base? Anyway, so now that I've said how much I dislike YouTube Shorts, I'm gonna try to start Shorts boosting my content. Cool. But I'm thinking on YouTube I might change my channel name, like I'll just alter it slightly, to just point out the fact that this channel's for mods, or for VODs. And then make a separate one where I'll probably just dump a bunch of shorts, hopefully. And I'm contemplating trying to get into some edited content. That I would want to put up on a channel that's not a VOD channel. I've kind of spent some of this week looking into that, into both of those things. So. Ooh. Holy crap, I lived a wave. Oh my gosh, I beat Mickey? Unbelievable. But I've had ideas of videos and stuff I want to make, but like editing is not my forte. But the good news is I do have multiple friends who are big into editing, and I've been talking with them and getting some advice on how to do some things. So I'm actually it's interesting. You know, I'm not there yet. See, I haven't actually taken the step to do anything. I'm hoping tomorrow I'll actually like get into it some more. But I've got some ponderings I want to do. I should have gotten the next wave off, but 3, 2, 1. Didn't want to stall another wave because I was a little low. But the difference in kill time there doesn't really matter as much. Oh, gross! This red pole is replaced perfectly to try to make that as awkward as possible. Or maybe I should turn into a just chatting stream. Maybe that's the good idea. Just start making reaction content. I'll do the hate-filled replay watch. You guys send me your replays, but the concept, the premise is I watch them and I just talk how terrible you are the entire time. As I'm just dying over and over to everything. Excuse me. So we'll turn Touhou LNNs into mainstream. Unfortunately, not the most popular genres, but we'll work around it. We'll work around it. Listen, keep the Touhou fans entertained. I'll just like. Because, like, on the sidebars on stream, I just have, like, my basic kind of, like, RGB-ish, like, color palette. What I'll just do is I'll just, in order to help attract people, I'll just put some big titty anime girls on the side. That'll help with the mainstreamifying of things. I can't make them too big or else people will complain. Because the mainstream normies will complain if they're too big or too small, so you gotta find a soft spot in the middle. Sweet spot, that's the term. Now we're cooking. We got pump up these numbers. I gotta make a licensing deal with Twitch to allow me to fuck. Not to allow me to fuck. I have no intention of doing that. I'm a Touhou player. That's icky. Why would I do that? But to allow myself to like stream Touhou porn games. Like, I'll get exclusive like rights deal to be able to stream those. Now that'll rake in the viewers. Although I guess I really want the Touhou normies. The best way to do that would be to start Yuri baiting, right? Wow, I killed that guy on the right incredibly fast. Actually, if I want to expand, I should just start doing tier lists more, and just try to make them as controversial. You know, try to do as inflammatory statements as I can. Wow, is she edged? Holy moly! Look at that. 2, 1, 0. Some of the best Touhou edging I've ever done. Like, that transition there is, like, the one awkward part to this stage. The stage as a whole, honestly, feels really fine. Like, once I'm here, I can, like, lock in enough and do most of it. Like, the time down shenanigans is, like, a little... Sometimes I'm not the best edger, but... most of it's fine. Honestly, the boss isn't too bad. I shouldn't say that going into the boss, because that means I'll throw. This non is kind of, like, a little shady, in my opinion. Spell 2 can definitely, like, trip me up occasionally, but... it's that, like, transition to the red guys at the very end of the stage. It's, like, the... honestly, I consider it the most awkward part of the stage. Even considering... the boss itself. Because, honestly, the way that the lines are formed on Non 2 here just feels so much better than Non 1. Feels it's so much easier just to read where, like, the lines are. Where they're forming. Follow me, please. Thank you very much. I should be fine if I'm still on the right. Nito? Thank you for betraying me. I'll never forgive you, Tagane. Just kidding, I will. I should be fine over here, yeah. Another game where my stage 2s are significantly better than my stage 1s? What do they think this is? Subterranean animism? Just to be clear, I think this stage 2 is notably harder than Subterranean. It's just... there's a number of factors at play there. Now, what this game does have in terms of difficulty is this stage. Yippee-ki-yay. As you can see, this part is very difficult. Some of the hardest gameplay you'll ever see. Many have claimed that this is impossible, but as you can see, I am too good for that. Okay, then the actual, like, trickier sections. Oh, really? Oh, it was a ball. It was one of the round bullets. I was oblivious to it. It's on you over. First time I've died to that in a hot sec. Yeah, we do this to get more comfortable with the stage 1. The good news is, I think the stage 1 is something I can get a lot smoother at. Given I'm willing to put in the time to do it. Oh, only 1.98. Oop, 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 oop. Don't do that. I love hitboxes. Okay, please, please, thank you. Okay, right back to stage 2, or as I call it, stage free. Because the stage is totally free, right? I'll never die to it ever again. I think one thing that stands about this stage is, I don't know if it actually is, but the stage feels kind of short. Like, I don't know if that's just me smoking, or if that's actually, like, true. Whoa, careful, careful, buddy. Calm yourself. Wow, she's edged. Three, 2, 1, 0. Wow, point 15? It's insane. Maybe someday I'll get a sub 1. That totally doesn't matter. A little awkward because the left guy didn't die appropriately. I love bottom hugging, but I'm more than content to do it. Should heal your spell 1. Back to get edge more? Where'd you go? Huh? Who gave you permission to leave? Sorry, Master. Excuse you, it's Daddy. Actually, I don't prefer that. Prefer if you call me Mommy instead. Whoa, 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 whoa. That's like a little bit off to the left for whatever reason that she decided to do that. Once again, stage 2 is actually stage free. And stage 3 is not stage free. Unfortunately, it is very much the opposite. I love my strafing gameplay. Hiya, buddy, don't do the same type of thing again, bud. Whoa, 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 whoa. Bro, what? That was just tragedy twice in a row. Growing 11, Steve is mid. No, it's actually bad. Apparently, UMC chooses the joint shortest with Moth. So I'm not smoking it. Because, like, I didn't know if, like, because oftentimes it's like a thought can enter your mind and you can kind of, like, you can believe something that's not real if you tell yourself to, placebo effect, yada, yada, yada. But, like, I just kept feeling like, I feel like it's just it's just kind of like like stage 1 feels like it feels like I'm putting like a lot of effort in, and it kind of feels like stage 2 blows by. I think some of that is probably because of like difficulty wise, like I've now been used to Hina, who's been a problem, but like Takane is like is definitely not Hina, which definitely helps out, but I couldn't tell if it was like, is stage 2 like actually kind of short, or am I just like, am I thinking of something and I want to push it even if it's not necessarily true? This one's actually shorter by a second ignoring bosses compared to stage 2 of this game, or are you talking compared to like Mountain of Faith? Ignoring bosses, yeah. Stage 2 of this game. Yeah, I'd believe it. Because, like, if you ignore... Because, like, outside of stage 6s, which always tend to be short, and to... You know, the games tend to just get longer as they go on. Especially with stages 4 and 5. Like, stages 1 and 2 always tend to feel short, but, like, stage 2 always feels a step up in terms of length. But here, you just don't feel it. At least I have not been feeling it, I fear. Beat 3 in a row. But anyway, one nice thing about at work having a lot of time to think for myself, to ponder things, is I've been pondering some scripted content. Say corrected, SA has the shortest stage 2. Unbelievable. Been spreading misinformation. It's on you over. And I definitely feel like one thing I want to make, and that I've been coming up with these scripts for, is a couple Touhou attack breakdowns, like spell breakdowns. Not necessarily guides per se, but just breaking down and explaining an attack. And the ideas behind what I'm trying to do with the attack. And the few attacks I have in mind that I've already, like, thought of... Oops. We don't edge around here. Is... I was thinking of Divine Virtues of Wind God. I was also thinking, because I really want to do Hydro Camo. And Peerless Wind God. Yes, all the Wind Gods, I know. Touhou doesn't have enough. Oh, Touhou doesn't have enough of them, clearly. Well, I was pondering through what attacks would make good for good breakdowns for. Because if there's not an attack, I'd always do a boss as a whole. Kind of final. I don't think Takane has an attack that deserves a breakdown. I think you could do the boss as a whole for show. As I think she has multiple, especially like the spell 1 and spell 2 have some neat aspects of planning on them and ideas behind what to do. But I like the idea. I've liked the idea of pondering and of making scripted narrated content of just like breaking down and explaining attacks and like what I'm doing on some of them. I shouldn't have gone over here to this side. That was actually a bad thing for me. I should have stayed on the left. Never punished, but LOL. As I think there's a lot of things, especially off of like casual people, that just it's really hard. And I'll toot my own horn, but I'll toot my own horn because I have a ton of time playing Touhou. It's really hard to look at what's going on, especially on, say, like Divine Virtues of Wind God, and like if you do not have lunatic gameplay experience, you don't have LNB experience, it's really hard to comprehend what's going on, what's being looked at. It's the same thing with high level stuff that cross games as a whole. So that's my wife thinks spells are dog shit. Well, there's a reason why there's 3 spells. Like the 3 spells I've thought of like already, like I have like not a lot but a little bit of a script for each of them already is Divine Virtues of Wind God, Peerless Wind God, and Hydro Camo. Hydro Camo is one of the bigger inspirations as to why I wanted to do this. Because Hydro Camo comes off as a very innocuous spell and not... It doesn't come off as a very threatening looking spell in a way that, you know, something like Peerless Wind God does. A little bit of an early cutback, and I got punished last time for being quick, but we'll be fine. Yeah, see, we're fine. I love Sanyo Midnon, and I love dying to literally the first fucking bullet. Some looking spells looking hard, but they're not that bad, and some just look okay, but they're disgusting. Yeah. Again, I think the thing I feel about, like, you know, LNN type of content, or like just LNNs kind of as a whole, is as some, you know, again, I'll put my own heart of it, as someone who has like an LNN and who plays at Touhou, tries to play Touhou at a high level, I can watch stuff and I can like pick up what's going on. I can like often, like maybe sometimes it'll take me a little bit to like if for something I'm unfamiliar with, but I have a good time observing it and like understanding things. And so I have a lot of appreciation for the nuances a lot, because there's a lot of cool nuances in Touhou, in my opinion. But if you're a normal player or not a player at all, I think there's a lot of just there's a lot of what's going on that and this is the true, like I said, I think about it like a high level in anything is when you watch something, there's a lot that just goes over your head. That source number play. Well, yeah, because that's and people like you, because I really like the I grind LNNs. I'm a lunatic Touhou player, as well as I play a bunch of fan games and stuff because I quite enjoy them. I really like the normal player community, like normal casual Touhou players. Like those are like my favorite people, I'd argue. But I definitely feel there's a disconnect, and I felt this too when I was at that point of like, but between lunatic players, that's why I feel like the scene, like places where the lunatic players is mostly surrounded by other lunatic players. I feel like there's a lot of there's the elitism thing, although that's not what it used to be as well. So and only comment that a little bit, but I think there's a lot of it's not easy for I'd say for casual people to like just to get in. I don't think there's enough out there that is as inviting to people who are not as familiar with what's going on. The Idle Defense Corps. So I've always thought about the idea of wanting to make, like, scripted, like, a little bit edited content on YouTube, but I've always been like, it's a lot of work, and I'm not really too familiar with editing, but, like, as the past, like, week, I've started to ponder, like, I think it's a lot more realistic to actually be able to do this than I thought it was, the more and more I've looked into it. It's kind of lit a fire out of me. I was like, Go up edging Kane. Ooh, don't get clipped. 2, 1, 0. Ooh, that was slightly improper. I also really like Touhou, and I want to do more. I want to put more Touhou out there. Is another thing. That score is only good at focused on Reimu. I mean, unfocused, it still kind of has one in front of me, but the other 3 help protect you. But when you have 4, you kind of have all 4 in like a solid position. I'd assume that the Idle Defense Corps, not that I'm actually familiar, I assume it works similarly to the Y2 Hyper in Touhou 20, except like on a cooldown. Back to the content conversation for a second. Some of the most engagement and fun I saw some people have is there's the one stream I sat down and spent 2 hours just like trying to learn Divine Virtues of Wind God and spent forever like trying to route it. And a lot of people said that they really liked that. So I'm like, maybe I gotta. Oh, I am throwing. Well, don't become revenge shots. Just clears them. Y2 Passive. Yeah, I guess the Y2 Passive does do that. I'm just too familiar with it, just in the context of the hyper. Okay, take a break from runs, but that's looking good. I've made a lot of good stage ones there. Slowly making progress. My beloved. Remember, when you're here, you gotta say you're in it for a long time. In it for a good time and a long time. Back to Sanyo. Hell, Sanyo's not been as hell. We're lowering it, the health status. That was on me. That was me throwing. Bad move. I wouldn't call it a throw. Is it a throw? Is it a throw if you die to something? That's hard. No, yeah, like that's obviously not throwing. It's just I'm so inclined to just say I'm throwing every time I die to like anything. I could die to PDH and I could be like, fuck, I'm throwing, dude. Throwing for content. This is a neat little nod. There's still a little bit of nuance here I'm trying to learn. I think there's a bit of just randomness to it. Alright, you apply a holy throw, exactly. Like, this is my point of Sanyo Hell. It's like, I've been getting a lot better at her. I still have a long ways to go. But I'm very happy with the process I've been the progress I've been making in this game. And oftentimes it can not feel like much, but I look back to the fact that I've been playing for like 40 days or something at this point, and see it like, man, I have made a lot of progress. Why are you down here? Oh, that was disgusting, dude. Dude, it's so low. It is what it is, though. Remember, the only necessity for success is the willingness to suffer 1,000 failures. I don't know if I've said that one since, like, PCV. Oh, I didn't bait that wave. Oh, man. Tragedy unfolding right before my eyes. On that spell, too, I think it is technically optimal to bait that first laser wave slightly to the left. Like a little bit, not too much, but a bit. It's not a major deal, but I think it is like a... You do it, you'll probably help out 5% cap... 2 to 5% cap rate, you know? Increase. Holy die? Okay, Game Butcher, if I went for a highly responsive to prayers, LNN, how base on level 1 to 10, how base would that be? Oh, not a good bait. It's fine. It's so fine. I am not dealing any damage to her. The casual, like, 5.5 wave non-2. Eat. I hate you. Neat. Another one. Oh, not the best line I've ever done. Okay, you gotta do bad lines so you can get better. Hello, 11. Oh, piss her butt. Damn it. I'll do Sonya for another minute, and then I'll maybe do some like stage 4. Hey, Sanyo Day? No, I have not been doing Sanyo much at all. I've only been doing Sanyo for like 5-10 minutes. I was doing runs for like 45 minutes. I just wanted to take a break from getting farmed by the stage 3 stage section to do some more Sanyo practice. Real close. Ooh, I need to put on the line to the left. The Sanyo hardest part of the LNN. No, it's not the hardest part of the LNN. Stage 4 with Misamaru is the hardest part of the LNN. But stage 3 with Sanyo might be the second hardest part of the LNN. Wow, that was incredibly tight. She is also incredibly low. That's not the last stages. I mean, Mountain of Faith I just did. Hardest part of the stage, or hardest part of the run is stage 4 with Aya, right? I'd argue second hardest part is stage 6 with Kaneko, so it's not like it's that out there, but every game is set in its own way. PCB, I'd argue the two hardest parts are stage 4 with the Prism Rivers and stage 5 with Yomu. Well, Spam, but Spam is kind of like a one-off. Yuko doesn't carry the difficulty up there, it's low chip some. Oops, okay. I got my good ones, but now you do it too much and you start to lose concentration in it. You gotta dance around, do something fresh to reinstill your brain. And it's definitely not to say that stages 5 and 6 in this game don't have their problems. Specifically, stage 5 does have some notable problems. And who knows, maybe my opinion on stage 5 will change. I don't have a ton of stage 5 experience. I have a fair amount, but not a ton. Really? Enough to say that there are problems, but that it's not... I don't think it's going to be as a whole as hard as the stages 3 or 4 in this game. But it is always peculiar looking across the games, because like you'd expect the games to all be leaning in the way of, you know, stage 1's the easiest, and stage 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And there generally is a curve in Touhou that plays like that. Ooh, close. But basically every game plays some sort of exception. Like, EOSD honestly might be like the one game that is as kind of straight up like that. Maybe UFO as well. I guess Subterranean probably in that as well. Gameplay's getting a major update. Just 2 maps of dreams. Is there any bullshit of, oh, you can't move during this attack? Like I'm just looking for LE levels of bullshit where, oops, there's a spell card ability that is just so out there that, like, if you're going to blind, you're gonna get fucked by and lose 45 minutes of progress just because of. Like, is there anything like really like standout of like stupid? Because I doubt it. You know, it's the first 2 maps of the new segment. I'm not expecting them to be too cringe, but you never know. Yay, yippee! Hold up, lock in. Dude, I went from not having a single perfect stage section to 2 days in a row now having a perfect stage 4 stage section. That is incredibly base. Gino's Don Maku preventing you from moving, you like that. The runs with your Carmine said he hated it. It's okay, he secretly loves you, Game Glitcher, but he's a tsundere, so... But having 2 days in a row now with that, after not having a single stage 4 stage section... And I immediately walked into the balls. Is very, very nice. Someone carried 3 runs and didn't even take it. Fraud. You know, now that I think about it, Game Glitcher, you've looked at the code, because... Or you've looked in the game, because in Lost Branch, even if you have off colors, the game shows off-color cards. It makes them rarer than normal cards, right? Like, if you have, like, red mana, it's gonna make... Like, if you're Reimu, and you have blue mana, it's going to show you blue mana cards less than the other colors, right? Just based on drops there. How does it have any notable differences in regards to class-specific cards? Like, if you're playing Reimu but you get access to Sakuya cards, is it going to show you them the same as Reimu cards and vice versa? And how does that... And does that also have any effect on neutral cards? Out of curiosity, if you know this. Why do you hate me? How much you don't know? I was just wondering. It's a really specific thing, and I don't know if there's an easy way to find that, but I was just thinking, because all your stuff is neutral cards, so I wonder if there's any bias or non-bias in the game against neutral cards, because I don't actually know. It was something that just crossed my mind. I was like, I wonder if the game is biased against neutral cards or not. And if you're playing Reimu, it's more likely to show you Reimu cards than neutral cards. I diddled myself there. This spell is just such a fun spell to play. I'll make my fourth video spell breakdown on Misamaru spell 1, and it's just me explain why I love this spell. Actually, if I have to do that for anything, I should probably do it for Okina Spring Final, just so Game Glitcher stops looking at me like I'm mentally insane every time I talk about that spell. Ooh, awkwardly. Can't believe he likes a hard spell and he dislikes an easy spell. It's so weird. Oh, that was such a good line earlier, too! Right, not trying to be a masochist challenge if possible. Listen, people think everyone's one-dimensional. It's, oh, you're a masochist, or you know, you're the opposite. I guess that's like a sadist or something. Or I guess you don't. You're not a masochist in the slightest. It's important to learn mixes in the world. It's important to be able to give and receive in this end. Important to be able to take a beating and give a beating. Why would you move to the left when I specifically was on the right to try to get you to move to the right? Did you fucking go up? Woo! Oh, again, I'm gonna gotta do a much bigger grind on suffocation, but I'm definitely not in the mood for a suffocation grind. been a hot second since I did the stage sections. Let's see if we can do it. You see that one red bullet? You see that red bullet coming at me? I think it's gonna be high. I didn't trust it. Any vile creature enjoyers? I fucking hate the vile creature. Also, let me also ask just to make sure, Game Glitcher, you've play tested your own mod as well, right? You've played and gotten cards in your runs of your own, right? Charlie? Would you, like, come back to me, Nightingale? It is interesting because this spell looks very similar to the final one, but they do play differently. Like the strats on them are definitely notably different. Man, those heavenly steeds. Any Uma Musume fans? Fuck! I deserve that. I was about to leave this fight, but I can't leave right as it's about to hit the music peak. Okay, I can leave. The music's peaked. I'll do Kamada, and then I'll go back to doing some runs. No, I'll go back to do get one more perfect Sanyo, and then I'll go back to doing a run. Gosh, this theme is a banger. Although it's Touhou, it tends to have bangers. Nice. I remembered it. Game Glitcher, did you break game design? Which are trying to Darth Vader. It's not true. That's impossible. Bad line. Okay, let's go. Right, I said I was gonna do Sanyo. Maybe 11's hallucinating. Who knows? Answer could be anything. It's both right and wrong. Damn it! I want to clear right and a clear wrong so I can make fun of someone. How dare there be nuance in the world? Everything should be black and white. Left the limited off the description, but they still are internally. Oh, so you're lying to people. You're giving them stuff that they're gonna think isn't limited, but it is. What are you, a big corporation? What are you, health insurance? Okay, you fixed it. What, you Bob the Builder? Not the prettiest of lines on that wave. Ooh, speaking of not pretty. Me when I see someone that I don't consider attractive. Girl, you're just hiding in the opposite corner from me. Are you feeling okay? Like, I'm not like that. I'm not a... I don't think I'm gross. I don't think I'm a disgusting person. It gives a chance to add themselves to your deck after playing them. This guy's a slop tuber. I gotta start pushing out YouTube Shorts content for that, which I will do. Gotta pump that algorithm. Listen, Twitch. I have a lot. There's a lot of things I could complain about on Twitch. One thing Twitch is really good for is audience retention. It's good for retaining an audience. One thing Twitch is not good for is attracting new people. That's what I gotta use YouTube for that. Lord knows I'm not gonna use Twitter. I'm sorry, it's X nowadays. Fumo Friday. How are you doing on this funky Fumo Friday? Hello, Kageyama. But happy to get revealing coming 40% of the screen. I was about to say that's a bad idea because there's a lot of people be like, "Ah, she's a lolly. This is terrible. I can't believe you're doing this." But then I thought it. But then I just remembered the fact that doing that would would effectively be rage baiting, and it would bait people to boost my algorithm by commenting. And then I was like, you know, that's a great idea. Draw me cool attention. Yeah, I just you know, any type of interaction on streams or posts or anything, it promotes you to the algorithm. So I gotta do things to rage bait people. That's clearly my intention. Listen, I'll do things to push myself, but I'm not gonna sell my dignity. Yeah, I know it might be weird compared to a lot of people. I'm not gonna say that other people are wrong for doing this by any means. People who have sidebars of things. You know, my sidebars are just pretty basic, like RGB with purple in the bottom right. Because I like purple. Right, just to fill out my screen for Touhou. I could put some other stuff there. You know, some people do. I just like to keep it as simple. Me in the game. And then you guys I'm interacting with. Tons of bath water is sold out again. I don't take baths, though. Like, I'm not someone who's just, like, gonna sit down and take the time to go to a bath. Maybe at some point I should try to go to a spa. Take, like, a day break. Just spa outing. It'd be nice if I had, like, something to go with. I need a woman to be able to go to the spa with. I'm not gonna go by myself, that'd feel weird. 11, can you put on a wig and go with me to the spa so I don't feel weird? What do you mean, what? It was a very reasonable process to the end result. I don't see where the question mark is. Pay you for? I'm not paying to fly you all the way over here. It's a lot of money. What you're talking about, you clearly missed the build-up to it. That's important. Like, context matters here. Like, he asked for my bath water. I said, I don't take baths. I'm too busy. I usually just hop in a shower. I don't... Oh, I forgot the edge. And I was like, the only time I could see myself like going to a bath or something is like, maybe I should go to like a spa. It's like, maybe some point I should just take a day, like a Sunday off. Fuck me. For a long spa outing. And then I was like, yeah, the problem is I don't have a woman to go with. And I don't want to go by myself because that'd feel too awkward. So then I told 11 to put on a wig and I'll take it so I can go to a spa with someone. If you're offering Game Glitcher, I guess I'll take you too. Like either. You only wear a Tenchi cosplay. Do you have a Tenchi cosplay? What's the problem, dude? Like every time people are like, what? It's like, there's context. Hello? Like, nuance exists. Read the room. Good grief. So I have never cosplayed as Remelia. I have as Miku. Hatsune Miku. If I do someone else that's not Miku at some point, it's probably a Touhou character. If I did Touhou character, it'd be one of three. I've said it before. It'd probably be either Remelia, Sumereko, or Yumemi. chest is too big for that. Yo, just out of spite, I'll do a Ramila cosplay and I'll get like the fake boobs. I'll get fake boobs to make my chest even bigger out of spite. Guys, I think the caffeine's starting to wear off. I think my blue energy crisp apple caffeine is starting to wear off. Make sure you buy some. Make sure you only buy it in my area so that we can resupply it here and make me money. If you buy it elsewhere, it doesn't count. It has to be in my area. Where I distribute it to. So you got me. Guys, use my link down below to get 15% off your first purchase at manscaped.com. Use code Raymu's Bare Armpits to get 15% off your first purchase. Do you think Raymu's armpits smell like sweat? She stands in the sun all day, sweeping and drinking tea. Use bare armpits. Unironically, gotta use that from a Manscaped ad. That required me to get Manscaped though, as a sponsor. Can't promise I'd never, ever, ever take a sponsor. One thing I can tell you. I don't think I do Manscaped. It's a personal vendetta. Ooh, hoo, hoo. Ick! We're fine. What do you think Barista smells like in general? Little bit of sweat, mushrooms, fungus, like moldy fungus, mildew. Like, your house probably gets, like, very little light in there, because there's just shit everywhere. Mold build up all over, get that mildewy smell. Ugh, definitely. A little bit of lavender. Hey, you think I'll remember to edge properly? Weirdo. I was really tempted to make a cuck joke in response to that, but I couldn't think of how to set it up properly in time. Which Touhou character is the most likely to be in the chair? I feel like Alice is the easy answer, so I feel like we gotta go with something else. Bima? The electric chair? No, I'm talking about the cuck chair. Oh, I should have got the left side. Booey. Like, Seijo would be. Seija is the most likely to get the electric chair. What are we talking about here? Yeah, hard to be Alice or Patchy. I wasn't thinking Patchy. I said Alice is like the easy answer, so I don't think I'll allow that one right now. Yuyuko most likely. Why Yuyuko? I respect it as an answer. It's really out there. It's not something that came to mind. Ran Shama. No, where's I... What, is there one random Yuyuko cuck dojin out there? Where she's watching Yomu? And whatever else might be involved? '98 reset, you're right, I should. Psych, I won't. I did the same thing again! I just don't go far enough to the right. Or to the left. Like, I should go left, I decided to go right, I just don't go nearly far enough. It's late, it's a Friday. I shouldn't link a 6-digit code. No. You can post the 6 digits, but I will not allow the full link. If you want to type in the 6 numbers, that's fine. I don't want to have the actual link. Generally, kind of rule of thumb. If you want to talk about, you know, inappropriate dialogue, that's fine. You want to mention it, like, you know. Again, you want the numbers? That's fine. I just don't want direct links. Where if you click on a direct link, it's gonna in the chat, it's gonna take you to something inappropriate with that. I don't want that specifically. And partially, I think it's against like Twitch TOS. Not as confident about that, but I don't want to gamble with direct links. I'm washed right now. Where's the fuck is my mouse? Dude, my mouse is on the right monitor, but like it only goes through like a third of the monitor, then she goes off. Which bring back porn when they eat. You say bring back as if they had it. Did they have it at one point? Listen, let me play my Touhou foreign games and my Honey Pop on stream in peace. If I could do that, ooh, buddy, we're cooking. dude in artwork. Yeah, I remember that happening like a year or two ago, and then people were like, "Oh, time to just like make naked VTuber sprites," and then got banned on stream because it's like, yeah, what are we doing here, people? I remember that whole drama. It was really funny. You're playing a half a year ago. You're playing Hollow Knight. Your friend was streaming Honey Pop through Discord. You're fighting Radiants with moaning in the background. You're actually watching a stream. If you're unbelievable. I remember when Honey Pop 2 came out. I was in Discord with a bunch of my friends. There, at one point, there was I think 11 of us in Discord as I was playing Honey Pop 2 when it dropped. Like some of them were like playing like other things, but like they were all like in the Discord stream watching Honey Pop. So as I was going through Honey Pop 2. This was the day it dropped. I got back from work. I tried to leave work early so I could get home, and then we had about 11 people in there. One of the guys, the guy I know who's at, he was one of the bachelors at my brother's wedding. He was at work, so he put himself on mute, but he was in chat when that popped up. Well, the greatest days. We had like I think we had up to about 11 people in there at one point. There was no masturbation involved. At least not that I know of. I know people don't believe me, but I always say I play Honey Pop for the gameplay. I will also always say this. I'm not a speedrunner. If there was ever a game that I was going to speedrun, it would be Honey Pop. I have 100%ed that game. I have Nuzlocked that game. No deaths, no day. I have done all 100 alpha mode dates. That could be rough. You'll be my shit. Unbelievable Zoots. I tried to Nuzlocke Honey Pop 2. I got pretty far once, but Honey Pop 2 is a lot harder. I never beat the hardcore Nuzlocke for that, although I will at some point for sure. Stream it? What? Him beating his meat or me playing Honey Pop? I can't believe you make inappropriate jokes on stream. This is terrible. I sound like inappropriate jokes. I've never claimed to be kid friendly. Don't admit you're minor here. Or I will ban you. Is that a Mickey impression? No, that was just me trying to be a nerd. Trying to be a... What's the term? I'm a moral nerd. Artificial Academy 2. I'm not familiar with that. Any Euphoria fans? Talking about like the visual novel, the questionable visual novel, not the modern stupid show. Bruh, what do you mean, bro? Is there a problem? Did I say something wrong? Not light Bible. That's mid, not gonna lie. Oh, don't go up, you silly, silly goose. Okay, you know what? We're just gonna move on to FMW right now. It's been good. We had our great stuff. Sanyo making great progress again. The stage 4 making great progress, but it's late as well. It's Friday.